I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it.
We're going to talk about Lil Wayne's The Carter 6 album. There's one song off of the album that I want to focus on.
Snakes ain't always in the grass. Sharks ain't always in the water. Thieves ain't always in the night. God ain't always at the altar. I learned to live with one eye open. Taste getting bit a couple times to know that snakes ain't always in the grass. Sharks ain't always in the water.
Man, that chorus is fire. Snakes ain't always in the grass. Sharks ain't always in the water. Thieves ain't always in the night. God ain't always at the altar. I've learned to live with one eye open. Okay, takes getting bitten a couple times to know that snakes ain't always in the grass. That's fire hook, man. That's a really fire hook. Let's run that back one more time.
Snakes ain't always in the grass. Sharks ain't always in the water. Thieves ain't always in the night. God ain't always at the altar. I learned to live with one eye open. Taste getting bit a couple times to know that snakes ain't always in the grass. Sharks ain't always in the water. Snakes don't just slither. Sweet comes before bitter. Saints versus the sinners. I just roll with the winners.
Snakes just don't slither. Sweet comes before bitter. Saints versus sinners. I just roll with the winners. That's fire, man.
Sweet comes before bitter. Saints versus the sinners. I just roll with the winners. I just roll up my sleeves, roll up my weed, roll up the windows. Everybody got hidden agendas. They got kids not getting agenda. If
Okay. All right. He says saints versus sinners. I just roll with the winners. I just roll up my sleeves, roll up my weed, roll up the windows. Everybody got hidden agendas. They got kids not getting a gender. Okay. I like that roll up the windows line too, because that's like old school. Now everything's electrical windows, but we come from a time you gotta roll the window up. Yeah.
please roll up my weed, roll up the windows. Everybody got hidden agendas. They got kids not getting agenda. If niggas not chicken, they tender like Chick-fil-A on a Christian day.
Okay. I like that too. If ninjas not chicken, they tender like Chick-fil-A on a Christian day. So you know how what's this? Oh yeah, kind of like the whole play on chicken tenders. I thought that was pretty fire, man. Like I said, Wayne is always good at these kind of like not only like punchlines, but it's almost like similes, like the way he writes.
Up the windows, everybody got hidden agendas. They got kids not getting agenda. If niggas not chicken, they tender like Chick-fil-A on a Christian day. Watch Weezy walk on water, turn a shark on the water to fish fillet. No.
See, I like that play. He said Christian Day, watch Weezy walk on water. So it's like a play on the whole Christian Day. He says, watch Weezy walk on water, turn the shark, the water to fish fillet. So in other words, hey, that shark better look out, you know.
I get an agenda if niggas not chicken, they tender like Chick-fil-A on the Christian day. Watch Weezy walk on water, turn the shark on the water to fish fillet. Don't forget to pray, don't forget your base. You play pickleball with my dick today. Pockets heavy, I got bricks to lay. Tell them eat your heart out and lick the plate. Can't trust nobody. That was every.
I like that too. Eat your heart out and lick the plate. Bars.
Pray, don't forget your base. You play pickleball with my dick today. Pockets heavy, I got bricks to lay. Tell them eat your heart out and lick the plate. Can't trust nobody. Where was everybody at when I was just nobody? Just some.
Facts. Can't trust nobody. Where was everybody at when I was just nobody? That's fire. I remember Grip, who signed to Eminem. He says, "Ninjas didn't check on me until I had that check on me." That's fire.
My dick today, pockets heavy, I got bricks to lay. Tell them eat your heart out and lick the plate. Can't trust nobody. Where was everybody at when I was just nobody? Just a menace to society. Pockets itching like psoriasis. Thieves in the night move cool like a breeze in the night. Fiends for the pipe speed at the light and scream for the Christ Lord. God ain't always at the altar, nigga. Cross your heart before departure, nigga. These bullets gon' catapult you, nigga.
God ain't always at the altar, ninja. Cross your heart before departure, ninja. These bullets gonna catapult you, ninja. Fire, man. Like I said, Wayne, you know, the album is fire. I mean, the album had the potential to be fire. I just think it's just too many songs. I think had he trimmed it down and kept it maybe somewhere like around 12, we have like a different conversation. But it's a little bit too many songs on there. But this is one of my favorites, so this is my favorite song. It's fire.
Like psoriasis, thieves in the night move cool like a breeze in the night. Fiends for the pipe speed at the light and scream for the Christ Lord. God ain't always at the altar, nigga. Cross your heart before departure, nigga. These bullets gon' catapult you, nigga. Put you in the ground, agriculture, nigga. Always stone like a.
Oh my God, that was a crazy bar. Oh my goodness, I like that bar a lot, man. He said, "Put you in the ground, agriculture." You know, because you know, agriculture kind of deals with the ground. That was fire. That was fire.
Scream for the Christ Lord. God ain't always at the altar, nigga. Cross your heart before departure, nigga. These bullets gon' catapult you, nigga. Put you in the ground, agriculture, nigga. Always.
Oh my goodness, agriculture, you ninja. That's fire, man. That's stupid, crazy.
Your heart before departure, nigga. These bullets gon' catapult you, nigga. Put you in the ground, agriculture, nigga. Always stone like a sculpture, nigga. I'm never sober. I'm stepping over every cobra. I ain't gon' hold y'all jelly roll you.
Snakes ain't always in the ground. Sharks ain't always in the water. Thieves ain't always in the night. God ain't always at the altar. I learned to live with one eye open. Taste getting bit a couple times to know that snakes ain't always in the ground. Sharks ain't always in the water.
Guess I gotta move the needle since you didn't do it. Glock under pillow on some institution. Fucking.
Whoa, that's hard. Guess I gotta move the needle since you didn't do it. That's hard. That's hard. Hey, Big Sean is really. He did that verse with Larry June. He's been like on another level since then.
Know that snakes ain't always in the ground. Sharks ain't always in the water.
Guess I gotta move the needle since you didn't do it. Glock under pillow on some institution. Fucking institution. I know what I'm doing. 10.
Glock on the pillow on some Mission 2-ish. Tom Cruise.
Gotta move the needle since you didn't do it. Glock under pillow on some institution. Fucking institution. I know what I'm doing. 10 steps ahead. Shakari, how I'm moving. Jesus had Judas. He's.
Shakari, how I'm moving. 10 steps ahead of you. Shakari, how I'm moving. In other words, he's smoking fast.
Guess I gotta move the needle since you didn't do it. Glock under pillow on some institution. Fucking institution. I know what I'm doing. 10 steps ahead. Shakari, how I'm moving. Jesus had Judas. Caesar had Brutus. Always someone plotting. Gotta beat him to it. Key to do this shit is first you gotta do it, then do it again and find another way to do it.
Okay. Yeah. He talking that talk, man. He says Jesus had Judas. Caesar had Brutus. Always someone plotting. Gotta beat him to it. Key to do this ish is first you got to do it, then do it again and find another way to do it. That's fire. That's fire, man. It's fire.
what I'm doing. 10 steps ahead, Shakari, how I'm moving. Jesus had Judas, Caesar had Brutus. Always someone plotting, gotta beat him to it. Key to do this shit is first you gotta do it, then do it again and find another way to do it. Suck a dick or die and eat shit. I'm going C4, I mean C6. Got a crash spot on some P shit. Got a stash spot where the seat lift. Get my hands dirty, keep a clean fit. Turn my ups and downs into ski trips. Rockin' ice woods on some D shit. Look, I'm everything you couldn't be, bitch. Jesus, peace, stone, crucifixion, going Bobby Brown. I'm a new addiction and I'm getting off like the proof is missing in my worst traitors, and I'm too forgiving cause
Okay, it's going crazy. Jesus piece, stone crucifix. Okay, you going Bobby Brown. I'm a new addiction. And I'm getting off like the proof is missing. Hard, man, hard.
Spot on some P shit, got a stash spot where the seat lift. Get my hands dirty, keep a clean fit. Turn my ups and downs into ski trips. Rockin' ice woods on some D shit. Look, I'm everything you couldn't be, bitch. Jesus, peace, stone, crucifixion, going Bobby Brown. I'm a new addiction and I'm getting off like the proof is missing in my worst traitors, and I'm too forgiving cause I always listen when I shouldn't have listened. Even though y'all never made the city proud. You ain't never had your family down, feeling stuck, and you the one that had to stick it out. But like their bank accounts, it's all figured out. Miss my niggas so much, almost digged them out. All my exes miss me cause they miss
Miss my ninjas so much, almost digging them out. That's crazy.
Off like the proof is missing in my worst traitors, and I'm too forgiving cause I always listen when I shouldn't have listened. Even though y'all never made the city proud. You ain't never had your family down, feeling stuck, and you the one that had to stick it out. But like their bank accounts, it's all figured out. Miss my niggas so much, almost digged them out. All my exes miss me cause they missing out. I'm finna pop my shit until I fizzle out.
Oh, that's crazy too. All my exes miss me because they missing out. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
When I had to stick it out, but like their bank accounts, it's all figured out. Miss my niggas so much, almost digged them out. All my exes miss me cause they missing out. I'm finna pop my shit until I fizzle out. New enemies as old friends, seen jealousy, envy from both ends. When I open up, it came with open hands. So you wonder why the fuck I'm closed in.
Snakes ain't always in the ground. Sharks ain't always in the water. Thieves ain't always in the night. God ain't always at the altar. I learned to live with one eye open. Taste getting bit a couple times to know that snakes ain't always in the ground. And sharks ain't always in the water.
Yeah, man, some cool stuff going on. Cool things going on, especially with the visuals and that. It's pretty dope, man. And before we get out of here, those that want to follow me on all the social media sites, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok, all at I'm in the Hills. Those who want to donate to our efforts to Cash App and Venmo or both, I'm in the Hills. Also, you can send a super chat. I have two websites. The first one is www.doubleetv.com. That's with two E's. That stands for Epic Elevate the Vision. And also www.terrancehill.com as well. Please connect with me on all social media sites. I would love to connect with you everywhere. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this edition of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by WTV. Again, over the digital airways of YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. I'm gonna chop these up into individual videos so you can check out those separate segments, and also check out the Mariah Carey's video that I just dropped today as well. And I did Alex Warren's Ordinary music video, reacted to that on yesterday. So check out all that content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. Lastly, those who want to donate to our efforts, the Cash App and Venmo or both, I'm in the Hills. You can send in a super chat. And we have merch now. So please order some merch and support this channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. App and Venmo or both, I'm in the Hills. You can send in a super chat. And we have merch now. So please order some merch and support this channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it